Time for loyal friends. It's going to be a little different. Yeah, we lost a couple people, but not a lot. We'll just take Penelope along for the ride. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're still missing one person, aren't we? Yes, we are. Okay. So, who else do we want to take? Hitch? Delana? Jamila? Or Kira? You're in the wrong spot. We're going 175. 15-minute potion. Walked out newbie rewards for leveling too fast? I don't even know. I don't even know what was going on there. Dilettante, are they truly doing the same thing? Oh, that is odd and deserves a bug report, but I have to look it up. Yorman. I'm actually showing. My guide has 3 at 100%, so that seems like I made a mistake on my guide. Hold on. Let's upset the computer a bit and open up a third client. Oh yeah, that's yellow. It's not happy. I have to shut this off quickly. Come on. Come on. Calculate that offline progress. Calculate it. Okay, your event. Stop all the pop-ups, Jesus. I know. Almost as bad as rain. Quite. Almost. Okay, Yorman's tattoo. Or not, that's Blood Period tattoo. Where's his others? Yeah, I have Survivor's Alacrity. It's 100%. It's damage reduction. So increases the damage reduction of Yorvan's Danger Sense by ability by 100%. Then I have Bump of the Night. Increases the damage boost of Yorvan's Danger Sense ability by 100%. Those are both blues. And then, yeah, Dramatic Monologue increases the damage boost of Yorvan's Danger Sense ability by 80%. So Bump in the Night should be 40%. Bump in the Night should be 40%. At some point, these all said 100%. And something got changed, right? So Mhm. Yeah, so it sounds like that's a bug. Definitely needs a ticket. Needs a ticket. We can get this close. So. Oh, I guess I shouldn't. Yeah, but at one point they all read as 100% because that's what I had listed in my guide, which means that when those feats came out, they were all wrong. They were all wrong. Which isn't that great. But looks like they, one of them got fixed and the other one didn't. Is the way it reads. Int 10. My trials run on my main account is int 10. Oh, no, sir, didn't like it. What? Your formation's so old. Like, this speed isn't even the right speed setup anymore. Okay, that's better. Okay. Now I can close it. Which party should I use to push the furthest? It's not about your party. I mean, it's about the formation you're building, and I can't really help you with that. You got to figure that out. But if you're talking about like which champions event run you should use, I think Duke Ravengard has the best formation layout. But you have to figure out your pushing group. No one can do that for you, regardless of what people might try to tell you. Well, Sean could do it in formation save, but that's it. Show me real quick how you have your background gem party set up. Man. It's just this one is just a familiar on the field, one on the champion, and one on click damage. Now that's because I'm specifically doing a patron thing, and I have some extra familiars. If I was just doing gems, it would be a default Brunor load in. Without a familiar on it, it would just be a familiar on click damage and it would be familiar here, and I'd just be automating to a number based off. I just chose 69, but it should be based off like your favor to a certain degree. But if you can, if you have an extra familiar, if you want to park 3 familiars back there, if you can afford to put 3 familiars back there and still have at least 3 familiars in your main party, Um, then you can do patron challenges like I'm doing. That single champion patron challenge. You're familiar as one familiar, one champ, and go to some level. It's not depending on the part. Well, see, so I don't do the. If you have a lot of familiars, when it's if it's just one champion, the uh, you don't want to rely on them killing the enemies, because what happens if there is if they're a single target DPS, or if they're just a single target champion, like they don't even have to be a DPS, they can get overwhelmed by the enemies and die, and your run ends. Whereas if you're doing multiple champions, fine. Then like on my main account, I always have a tank plus some other combination of things. I put one familiar on the field and then one on each of the champions I'm using. But on this, I have to have one on click damage and one on the field, and I'm either using just Brunor defaulting in, or some slot 1 champ defaulting in, or I'm putting a familiar specifically on someone to make sure that they get loaded in for patron credit. So like both of my parties are, well, this party is a patron party. This is just Nordum. This is me trying to level up the magic core in the background using Nordum, which is, I don't know. I'm doing it. I don't know that I care too much about it, but let's go to adventure for gem farming. In the background, it doesn't matter. You don't want armored stuff, so if it's just gems, then it doesn't matter. Really, you could just do cursed farmer. If you're doing patron challenges, then yeah, then it's usually either Mad Wizard, or if you need undead, Terror in the Dark. If you need constructs, Dinner Party, and Waterdeep. Yeah. Mad Wizard has a combination of everything except undead, so you could just leave it there, but in the background it doesn't matter because you're not doing speed stuff, so you're just trying to make sure that if you're doing patron stuff challenges along with gem farming, which is what I try to do, because that means all my patron stuff gets passively done. I don't have to do my chores manually every week, so things are getting done for me. Right. We got straw done completely just in the background and overnight. Overnight, I set everything up I pick one of the things. I picked, you pick like the threesome, because that's the only time I have that many free familiars. Whereas during the day, I'm trying to do just whatever the single target, like Archon is. So like overnight tonight, I'll try to do Brunor, Dritz, Caddy Bree, and Mert, somewhere with humanoids and constructs. So we'll go to the dinner party again. I'm not going to get the distractions this week, and that's fine. Right? You just try to grab whatever's easy and painless, because I don't want to do it manually. I don't want to have to go do anything. I'm busy doing other stuff. I just want to do event stuff right now. Yeah, you definitely want the value out of the core, because it is a good amount. I mean, the first reason I started doing it was extra gems, right? It's a few thousand extra gems a day, and early on you're gem starved, so take them all. Once you get a patron, then it's like, okay, I'm getting a few thousand extra gems a day, and I'm getting patron currency. And the thing is you can get, like I've got some of the bonuses going on over here, but if you ignore these side bonuses, which comes from one of the perks, if you max out your coin your currency from free plays and you get all of the challenges done, that's 10,000. That's 10,000 currency, and you only need 7,500 a week to spend. You only need to spend 2,500 on a time gate piece and 5,000 on a Modron chest, and the rest can build up until you get to the point where you're like, okay, time to buy. I've got now enough influence to buy that familiar, right? Or and then after that, it's like, okay, time for patron chests. Like once you're full epic on your core and evergreen. So yeah, it's good ways to just make extra progress in terms of currency spends. Yeah. So it was worth it. Like I used to just park 2 familiars in a background party with Brunor, and that got me a lot of stuff. You can totally do that. As I got more familiars, then I'd throw a familiar on a champion and do the champion specific patron stuff. But even just Brunor and a familiar on the field and a familiar on click damage can do a lot of this stuff, right? It wouldn't do this one. It would do this. 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 But it wouldn't do this or this. So I'd get 7 out of 10 this week for Mert. That ain't bad if I only had 2 familiars in the background. But once you can put a 3rd familiar background, then you can get that solo champion challenge that they usually give. And then overnight, like I said, I like to park it in the triple champion challenges. Yeah. Outside of this many free champions, patron chest epics keep going to the right. Well, I mean, it is what it is, right? There is you need champions because you need variety to push with. But yeah, at a certain point, it's like it is going to slow down your progress towards full epic on the ones you want epic for. It just is. That's when you can start. When it gets to that point, that's when you could choose to do manual time gates for champions that you want epics on instead of getting new champions. Once you have a speed group, like a full speed group, to start off your adventures with, you have a full pushing group like that's getting through all the content you're trying to get through, and a full gold find group to get you all the favor you need. You start looking at like, who do I need for specific patrons, or who do I want a very specific epic for? And that's where your manual time gates go. One of those 2 places. Yeah, familiars. I think familiars are kind of the best bang for your buck when you're spending money on the game, because they're always useful. You'll grow out of the power you might buy from a chest pack or a champion pack, but until you have so many familiars that you've just got extra sitting around, like I do on my main account, then you never be like, I shouldn't have spent so much money on familiars. Like, and it takes a lot to get to that point, because it needs like what, 1 on each champion is 10, 6 on the field is 16. Even if you just did a budget for roaming, there's 20 familiars per party, potentially, right? Yeah. And obviously it can go even higher, but yeah, there's usually always some kind of discount familiar, and occasionally there's a charity familiar, and the charity familiars are the ones that I still buy. I don't necessarily buy the discounted familiars anymore. Unless there's just something absolutely amazing and I kind of need to own them. I stick to the charity ones at this point, because I have too many. So many familiars. Oh, I just remembered. There's no sketching hour again today. Oh. Bummer. We ran out of speed. Did I use a speed potion? I did, right? I think I did. It's just we ran out of go juice. Maybe somewhere along the way. Oh, I should save this as loyalty problems. What about packs of 3 familiars? Those was specific to the either the sketching hour or familiar quest. I think it was a familiar quest. I feel like. So I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know. People really wanted them to do packs of familiars. And I don't think it was just about. I think they might have only done it a few times related to those things. The familiar for $2.99. Oh yeah, when they're $2.99, like if you're not at you're not at all the familiars. If you don't have a bunch of familiars already, then $2.99 is a great deal. I don't think they're going to be $2.99. There might just be a handful of $2.99s left in them after the price changes. So. And every now and then when they do that like 24-hour deal, sometimes that has a pretty inexpensive. Well, sometimes those are just pretty inexpensive in general. It might be worth looking at, but I think those occasionally familiars. I don't remember, but I know those are occasionally decent deals. So this will finish off Tier 1 of Diana for us, and we'll rock out Tier 2. And that's probably going to be the stream today, but this is what we're doing this week. Is we're just going to try to push as much of this event content as we can. See if we can rock out how much of the Tier 3 stuff we can do. I feel like we've got a really good shot at it. It's just going to be slow, which is... Yeah, we got a week. Today, well, we're getting through up to Tier 3 for this today. We'll have Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. We'll have 4 days. Not a lot. I maybe should have started earlier. Last week's 24-hour deals are from over you. That's what I thought. I thought some of them were. Yeah. Thought some of them were. Boom. We were loyal, but let's not go back there, please. Yes. Friends are loyal, but let's not go back.